Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I'm discussing more rumors about the Xbox Scarlett. I don't know why I didn't like a ghost. Anyway, so there are two confirmed consoles now. So are these really rumors? They kind of confirmed. Anyway, there are two consoles now confirmed for the Xbox Scarlett. There is Lockhart, which is what I'll be discussing today, because more details came out and it got confirmed. And Anaconda, which I did not know was a code name for one of them. That's interesting. Okay. I thought it was just Scarlet. That was the whole console thing, but apparently Anaconda is one of them. I don't know why that really took me aback so much, but I was just like, what in the hell? So, Lockhart is what we're going to be talking about today, because Anaconda is just the regular Scarlet, and it's full power, all that stuff. I say full power because the Lockhart is going to be the budget option of the Xbox Scarlett, which is interesting because we have not heard that PlayStation 5 is going to have two types of consoles. It's just PlayStation 5. There might be one that has more hard drive space, but I don't think they do that anymore. If you look, the PlayStation 4 launched with just one hard drive, and so did the Xbox. The whole fad of two different types of storage kind of ended with the PS3 and the Wii U. So here we are with this new information that Xbox is really trying to be competitive in the next generation by offering this budget model. And I have discussed the possibility of this existing before. I talked about how this could kill GameStop. I've talked about it in a million different contexts, but here's Lockhart that is going to have no disk drive, which is already that's not worth it already, and I'll get into why, and it's less powerful. So those two things combined make me really it's gotta make you wonder, how much cheaper is this thing gonna be? Because it's going to be less powerful than the Scarlett, so games are not gonna run as well, and you're gonna be stuck with that console forever, how long that generation is, which is usually quite a while. And then you're not going to have a disk drive. And in the short term, a lot of people are not going to think about this, but I will continue to stress that digital games are more expensive. They're more expensive immediately, they're more expensive in the long run, and digital games usually don't drop as quickly on consoles. PC is a completely different beast. They drop all the time. They're included in Humble Bundles, Steam sales. They're well known. So there's lots of famous sales on the PC, and it is very well known that you can get games for cheap. But on the console, think about Black Friday. Were those on digital games? Yes, some of them were, but I looked, and a lot of the digital games were actually more expensive than their physical counterparts. What did Gamers Club Unlocked work on? It worked on physical games. Now, of course, that doesn't exist anymore. But the fact that the physical copies of games go on sale in these stores much faster than their digital counterparts means you're going to be losing money by having this no disk drive system. Plus, if you beat a game and you have no use for it anymore, congratulations. You have nothing. You do not really own that game. And speaking of not really owning that game, recently, a lot of people found themselves not owning Tron anymore. Tron Legacy for the PC, even if you owned it on Steam, unless you had the game installed already on your system, you right now cannot install that game. It has been delisted from the store, and all of the keys have been deactivated. And this is because of DRM. And we're going to be seeing the same sort of thing on consoles. What are they going to do when those licenses run out? Now, I don't know about the 360 and the PS3 versions. I know they've been delisted, but I don't know if they're having the same issue that Steam users are having. But the fact that this is happening with digital games, and I'm seeing them being delisted all the time, the Lego games are constantly being delisted because they're movie-based or licensed titles. I mean, that's something you're going to be running into. You don't really own your games when you own them digitally. I know this on Steam. It's unfortunate. It sucks. But I've just kind of accepted it at this point. There's nothing I can do about it on PC. I have a few, disc-based PC games, but they've got CD keys, and the only way to get them to work is with that CD key still working. So even if I had Tron Legacy for the PC physically, it wouldn't matter because that CD key would not work and I would not be able to install the game. So, with that being said, if you're stuck with an all digital system, you're not going to own a single game for that console. Plus, if you're looking to save money, this system is going to be backwards compatible with everything that the Xbox One can play. So all the Xbox One games that are going to drop like a freaking rock, just like they always do when the new systems come out, you're not going to be able to buy them. You're not going to be able to play them on your system. And you're going to be having to buy brand new digital games. Yes, there is Xbox Game Pass, and I know a lot of people are going to make that argument, but it's not the same. It's still cheaper to spend a couple bucks here and there on a stack of Xbox One games in the future, because they're gonna drop like a rock because everybody wants the newest of the new. So when you're trying to save money, you need to think long term. I know the system's not even out yet, but I feel like a lot of people are going to buy it. I saw the same thing happen when Microsoft made the Xbox 360 Arcade Edition. It caused confusion, it caused frustration. A lot of people that were looking to save money were in the end spending more than just a regular Xbox 360. They're getting this thing thinking they could play all of their games on it, when really it had like no internal memory at all. It had no internal storage, rather. And because of that, they had to come to the store and buy hard drives, secondhand hard drives. And those were expensive. GameStop really upsold those things big time. And it's because the only way you could get them was from other systems that weren't working anymore. And if you bought a new hard drive, which I think we did sell, and they were like $100 or something crazy like that, you're back up to the same price. So these people wanting to save money in the short term and the long term were spending more. And that's exactly what's going to happen with people buying the Lockhart. I think that Xbox is trying to remain competitive, and I don't think that this is the way to do it. I think they need to price the Anaconda at a reasonable MSRP to compete with the PlayStation 5, because PlayStation has been talking about how they are going to be pricing this new system at a reasonable price. They want to get as many early adopters as possible. That they even came out and said, obviously, that this is what they want, but usually don't just come out and say it, that they want as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, to go from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. These system manufacturers do not make money on their systems. Most of the time, they're either taking a loss or they're making barely any profit at all. And that's because they make all the money from the licensing, from Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus, from their own in-house developers. They want people to adopt these new consoles as quickly as possible. And that's what the Lockhart is trying to do. But it's doing it kind of in a sketchy way. It's not inherently sketchy, but at the same time, I know it's going to cause the same issues that the Xbox Arcade did. People are going to run out of storage for their all digital collection, and they're going to get upset. They're going to get upset when they realize just how underpowered it is. And also, what I'm worried about is the fact that they have two consoles, that they're going to make the Anaconda very expensive, because I've not seen anything out there that Microsoft is trying to price this new system at a reasonable price. So maybe they'll be using the Lockhart as kind of an offset, like, oh yeah, we have the Anaconda and it's really expensive. It's more expensive than the PlayStation 5, but if you want this cheaper option, here it is. But overall, it's not a good deal because a lot of people are going to be moving from Xbox One to the Xbox Scarlett, and their entire collection, if it's not digital already, is going to be worthless. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like the best move to me, But at the same time, you could argue it's not a bad thing to give people more options. But I would counter argue that with it's going to cause a lot of people to get upset. Maybe not initially, but they definitely will over time. You're going to see a lot of people online, a lot of parents buying these for their kids that don't know what the ramifications are of having a digital only, less powerful system. Because already, I mean, the Xbox One, that's why they came out with the Xbox One X. That's why they came out with the PS4 Pro, was because the developers were making games that the consoles right now can barely keep up with. So if these consoles can barely keep up with it and they're already announcing a less powerful system at launch, developers are going to be looking at the Anaconda as their main thing that they're developing for. They're not going to be developing for the less powerful one. They want to make these games look as beautiful and run as well as possible. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems, maybe even at launch for the Lockhart. Maybe not at launch though, actually, now that I think about it, because a lot of the times the launch games kind of look like crap and they're not very good. So I'm thinking a year or two into the Xbox Scarlett's life cycle, we're going to see a lot of people online complaining about the Lockhart. So that's my prediction. It's interesting to hear about what they're trying to do, but I'm hoping that Microsoft, in the end, makes the Anaconda a reasonable MSRP to compete with the PlayStation 5. Because I got to buy both for the channel, and I'd really rather not spend over $1,000 on systems. Because they're not going to send me one. So, yeah. Haha, there you go. Wondering where that Patreon money's going. That's where it's going. Oh, God. Oh, it's going to be an expensive year. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Lockhart and Anaconda. And like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.